DraftKings is down 40% from 2025 highs, but the business keeps improving. Q1 revenue grew 17%, Sportsbook margins are expanding, and the new prediction market world is already running at a 3.1 billion annualized volume. Wall Street is overwhelmingly bullish. 29 analysts rate the stock as a strong buy, with targets as high as $52 per share. The World Cup could be the catalyst. Tournament expands from 64 to 104 matches, runs 39 days, and could generate up to $4 billion in U.S. betting handle. DraftKings is expected to process more than $1 billion of wagers alone. The stock is still trading like a company in decline. The question, is the options market pricing the biggest betting event in history, or just the 40% pullback? Let's check it out on today's episode of Options Math Check. So we've got the Tasty Trade platform pulled up here, and the DraftKings chart, as you can see, is looking a little bit better than it has recently. But when we zoom out, we can see this thing has taken a beating here. But I think what's really interesting with DraftKings is simply the fact that you constantly have high implied volatility in here. Like, even the product right now, not many people are talking about it, not many people are trading it, but it still boasts a 50-60% implied volatility. They've got earnings coming up at the end of August, and I think that could be really interesting. DraftKings is one of these products where it's like, when football season's going, when you listen to their conference calls for earnings announcements, they're talking about the revenue from football season and all these things. The World Cup is obviously a layup for them. They're going to be making a ton of revenue from the transactions alone, from betting. Someone in the office was just like, can I bet on DraftKings for the World Cup? And we're like, of course you can. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the stock market reacts, specifically with DraftKings alone. But when we dive into the options here, we can see and take a look at the probabilities of being in the money on either side. And we can clearly see that there's an interesting pricing dynamic here when you look at the out-of-the-money strikes relative to the puts and the calls. So I always like to check out just equidistant strikes to see in the near term and also the long term if there's any kind of skew here, and clearly there's a little bit of call skew. We've got a 40 cent option bid on the 25 strike, which is about 5 points out of the money to the downside, but we've got about a 50 cent bid on the upside, 5 points out of the money to the upside at 35. That's in the July cycle, doesn't account for earnings. But if we look at August, which will have the earnings cycle, and we do the same analysis, we've got a 25 strike at $1 and the 35 strike at $1.25 or $1.30. So the market's pricing in the velocity of risk to be to the upside with this call skew, and that's really what call skew is. It's just the options are more expensive compared to equidistant out-of-the-money puts, and that tells us that the market is pricing in velocity of risk to be to the upside if we're going to see a big move. And if we look at the end of the year, December 2026, looking at these same strikes, the 25 strike, 5 points out of the money, trading for about $2.50, and the 35 trading for way more, $1 more, trading for about $3.25. So I think this is super interesting and super telling. Just the fact that the stock has been beaten up, but to the earlier point, you have increasing products, you have increasing revenues, you've got almost every state available in the U.S. For betting markets and prediction markets and whatnot. So I think when you look at all these things and you bring in the fact that we've got the World Cup, we've got football season right around the corner, I think it's only going to be good things for DraftKings. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the stock price is going to rally or should rally or will rally, but based on the pricing alone, we've got plenty of call skew here. We looked at 2 different options expirations. So I would say, you know, if we're looking at bullish strategies, at the very least, we can use that call skew either in July or August or even longer term cycles. We can use the call skew to our cost basis reduction advantage by selling that option against something else. So like a call diagonal spread where you've got a short out of the money call further up the options chain, you're collecting more than if you had a bearish strategy on. And the stock's already at 29. It, of course, could go to 0. But if I'm playing for a move to 45 or 50 or 55, at the very least, we've got that call skew to help us out in terms of cost basis reduction. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to the Tasty Live YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next episode of Options Math Check.